Okay, the title of this video was a mistake. This is not actually what happened, okay? And I have to tell you guys the truth, but obviously, no, I did not beat my meat in class. Even though, I'm not gonna lie, it did look like it. But before the story starts, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And on top of that, make sure you guys join me live on Kick streaming and telling crazy stories just like this one. But anyways, let's just jump straight into it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to a really embarrassing but misunderstood story. So today's story takes place back when I was actually, funny enough, in my grade 8 year of middle school. So in middle school, there are a lot of rules that you have to follow. For example, be good to students, do what the teacher tells you to do, but sometimes the teachers can get really annoying and never really understand what the student really needs. So much for being a teacher, but at the same time, one of these moments led to me being super embarrassed, and well, the worst thing ever ended up happening to me. It all started off in my grade 8 class when I was sitting down and I was doing an assignment, and the teacher walked up to the front of the class and says, "Okay, class, so I was just reminded by Billy that today we're gonna be doing a pop quiz." What is what I said? Now, I hate pop quizzes, and I think you guys do too. Like, who in the world actually enjoys doing a pop quiz? So I remember what ended up happening was basically we all ended up getting a handout of the pop quiz, and I was sitting at my desk basically really nervous. I remember I was sitting there nervously, and I remember I rose my hand up in the air and said, can I go get some water? Because I was thirsty, and to be honest, I was, well, trying to find an excuse to leave the classroom. I remember I ended up walking to the water fountain, and I started drinking some water. But as I was drinking water, out of nowhere, I saw the teacher that was a part of my class ended up standing by the door watching me drink water. And me, I tried drinking as much water as I can because I was super nervous, and to be honest, I really didn't want to go back in the classroom. But when I looked the other way and I saw that she was not gonna leave, I decided to give up, and I said, okay, I finished, and I basically went back to the classroom. Honestly, that was the first time I actually drank water for like longer than 5 minutes. It's kind of weird. As I was sitting down though, the teacher was annoyed that I took so long at the water fountain, and basically I ended up sitting there with her staring at me. But one thing I realized was that 3 minutes afterwards, when I was trying to do the pop quiz that I, to be honest, had no idea how to do it, I ended up realizing that I had to go to the bathroom. I guess I drank too much water that day, but to be honest, the water fountain did not help. So me, I remember I really had to go to the bathroom. I was basically, realizing that maybe the whole water fountain idea wasn't a good idea, but I had to go. So I remember what I did was basically what any normal student would do and rose my hand and said, can I go to the bathroom? My teacher looks at me and says, Bubba, listen, I get you don't want to do the quiz, but just do the best you can and stay here and do it. Is that a no? Is what I said. And then she said, yeah, it's a no. Just do your work, Bubba. Okay. I ended up staring at my piece of paper for like another 5 minutes, but to be honest, as I was reading through the questions, I realized one of them was about like a water spout and basically how fast water drips in a certain velocity. I have no idea. It was some dumb question about water. And at that moment, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was going crazy. I looked around the classroom and I realized I really needed to go to the bathroom. Like, I really had to go. So me, I remember looking around and I rose my hand again saying, okay, can I please just go to the bathroom? My teacher once again did not budge. She was like, Bubba, you're not going to the bathroom. You're finishing your tests. Just hurry up and finish it. Okay. I ended up looking down at my paper again and I saw the word water, and honestly, I couldn't hold it. It got to the point where, I'm not gonna lie, I started shaking like a madman. I was shaking, freaking out, panicking, and to be honest, I did not know what to do. But as I was shaking, I remember one of the students in my class that were more close to the front of the class because he was such a naughty student, ended up turning his head, looking at me, and seeing that I was shaking my arms and basically getting to that point where I ended up grabbing my eggplant to not release the water spout or release the cannons, or I don't know, my eggplant was always massive growing up, so release the doom fist, okay? I have no idea. I was holding it, and I remember the naughty student ended up looking at me, and what he said was, Bubba, are you beating your meat in class? No way. At that moment, everyone started looking at me, and I mean everyone. But me, I was shaking, freaking out, and holding my urine as much as I could. And I remember all the students started looking, saying, Bubba, you're so weird. Why are you beating your meat in class? class. Oh my goodness, are you actually beating your meat right now? And at that moment, I remember my crush stood up, walked up to me and said, Baba, you gotta actually stop. Take your hand out of your pants. I remember I looked at my crush. I removed my hand out of my pants. And that's when urine started getting everywhere. Now, usually when urine starts going everywhere, everyone would be like, oh my goodness, he peed his pants. But what one kid decided to say was, oh my goodness, Baba just did the devil's cream all over his chair and pants. And at that moment, more students started walking up to me, realizing that I devil's creamed my pants, when in reality, I actually started peeing my pants in front of the whole class. It was super embarrassing and I did not know what to do. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, my teacher ended up walking up to me saying, Baba, what are you doing? I had to go to the bathroom, is what I said. And she ended up basically feeling so bad that she ended up basically grabbing me from the back of my shirt, standing me up and walking me to the bathroom. I walked to the bathroom and I ended up sitting in a bathroom stall and stayed in there because I was so embarrassed. I couldn't think of anything else to do or say. And at that moment, I just stayed there. My teacher ended up calling my parents. My parents came to the school and I basically left there crying that day. It was super embarrassing. Like, come on, it wasn't my fault. I had to go to the bathroom. I got scared of a pop quiz. Like, it makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it was only me, but at the same time, what can I say? I was just embarrassed. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, just fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.